Okay, hello everyone. Today we're for the commission we're going to be doing, or for the drawing actually, it is a commission. We're going to be drawing two characters. One that belongs to our guest. Yes, this is the first Artcast with a guest, Scotty Ladd, and his character's BonBon, the sort of caramel-colored candy girl that's going to be hanging out with another OC character, Werewolf Mike, which is another Twitter follower fan that I just recently gotten acquainted with. Even though I don't have much interaction with him, but Scott, we've known each other for maybe about 2 years or so, right? Officially?
Well, let me think for a second. I first
Fan.
I first got to just chat with you on DeviantArt back in
even though I don't have
probably
much
between
interaction with him,
09
but,
and 10. We first video chatted around 2015. Oh, it's definitely been a long time.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I guess so. It's longer than that. Jeez.
See, I first
That's right.
got to just chat with you on DeviantArt back in
Even though I don't have
probably
much
between
interaction with him.
09 and 10. Oh, hello, Michael.
Yeah, hey Mike. Mike, could you do us a favor? Can you give me some feedback on Scott's voice? I don't. We're just kind of checking to see if his audio's is okay. His audio is comparable to mine, but it's coming in a little bit faint over Skype. I just want to make sure that the audio that I'm pumping in to the stream is quality. Hey Joe, speaking of another longtime friend, former fan,
Joe,
there's Joe.
Hello.
And there's Pat. Hey Pat, how's it going? Oh shit, I should have actually started the art. I turned on the music. Anyway, there we go. There, we're starting. We're officially starting with the drawings. Shit. OBS is being fickle today. I was going to have it where Lone Star's little character also jumped, but for some reason, it will not register the audio coming from OBS. Guess who has
technology? I tell you what.
Yeah. Guess who has 2 thumbs and is now 33. Oh, wow! Good for you, Joe. Happy birthday.
Well, happy freaking birthday, Joe!
Okay. And yeah, this is just me kind of just starting out with just the basic designs. And I learned that just not to distract, but just getting on to like some basic artwork, or how Paint Tool Saya works. I learned that when you can set up a 2D perspective, and then when you switch over to like a 3D tool, it's pretty fate. I'm getting audio replay as well, but now it's gone. Well, I was trying to listen to him. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how to boost. There. Let's see if that works. I'm just going to boost the guest to max. I don't think you can go over 100% though. Unless... Hold on. Filters, property, advanced property. Balanced left, balanced right. I wonder if that's got anything to do with it. Oh, here we go. Ah, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna boost your audio. Okay, now this might scare people. Okay, Scott, say something now.
Hello.
Huh. Okay. That did nothing. Okay, I'm going to 10. Scott, say something now.
Hello, Internet.
Okay, it's going red, but I can barely... Again, it's not... There's no change on my register, so I'm just going to drop it down to normal. How weird. I wonder why OBS is doing this. Hey SNB, how's it going? Pretty good. We're just kind of just hanging out. This is our first kind of guest cast. Discord is not playing well with the thing. Actually, you know what? I could do some problem solving while we're live. But anyway, like I was saying, with the paint tool Seiya, you can drop in another perspective, and then like a 3-point perspective tool, and there's options to have that snap to the original perspective. And I didn't know that. It's like Paint Tool Seiya has like some of the most obfuscated features that that I've ever seen. It's a fantastic tool, but it's just like really, really finicky. And anyway, I've been trying to play more and more with different perspectives, and so I don't get like static poses all the time. And I'm really happy with the way the final product turned out on this commission.
I just want to make sure I didn't interrupt you, that's all.
Oops. Oh, crap. I just switched over to a bunch of stuff.
Hello. Well, I haven't seen any new movies lately.
Okay. That was weird. Hold on 1 second. I goofed up. Let's see.
No problem.
Now, okay, I can hear your voice now. I switched different audio filters, and I could still hear you. Can you? Is it your volume on your computer? Your output? Your Discord?
I'm
Because I
not
pumped in the
sure.
music from the thing, and it just blared. And now we've lost visual on our thing, but I'll get it back.
Now, okay, I can hear your voice now. I switched audio.
Oh,
Okay,
crap, now I hear my own voice. Okay. Abandoning it. Okay, we gotta abandon this. Filters.
Oh, I was testing the volume on the YouTube video.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's where it was.
It's this whole couple second delay.
Oh, the podcast is tonight? Let's see. Yeah. I think I could do something like that. I don't know. Like I said earlier, Grandma's all sad about this great grandkid not coming into town. She's like really down in the dumps now. I may want to actually do something special for her. But I think if everything goes as planned, yeah, I think I'm free tonight. Tomorrow I will be trying to unclog a bunch of pipes. And that's going to be my day tomorrow, like all day. Unless it's like not as bad. I bought a special camera for it. You there, Scott?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. I wonder if there's just a way I can boost it myself. Yeah, and she's just kind of like disappointed about that. Mom's stressed out about the plumbing, and this is all about a week before Easter, so you know. if it's just... I wonder if I undo my headphones. Because last time we did this, I heard you crystal clear over the speakers. But then if I do that, then the mic's gonna pick you up.
Huh.
Yeah, that wouldn't be too good. Anyway. And I don't understand. I have you boosted. Unless there's some setting on voice activated, push to talk, automatically determine input sensitivity. I've got that on. Now say something.
Very interesting.
Okay.
Indeed.
No, that's my microphone. Okay.
Damn.
Always preview video. No. Input, output, streaming, Steam streaming speakers. That's Steam, which I don't need. Voice line virtual. Okay, I got the voice mod there. He still sounds really loud on YouTube? Oh, okay, so he is good on YouTube. Okay. Okay. Like, what noises are you hearing, Michael?
I'm curious about that myself.
Okay, no, just wait. Yeah, you're coming in red on my audio, but then I can't hear you. So just hold your horses, everybody. This is
okay. I can explain the loud fridge thing. That would be my mini fridge in the basement.
Oh, you're so lucky. There we go. I put you down to 2. Never jinx pie. Oh, well, I know that. I know that. I know never to jinx.
Oh, much like how you say never say good luck before a play.
The what now?
Oh, I see never jinx pipe cleaning by saying it's probably not going to be that bad. I think that's kind of similar to saying good luck to someone before they perform in a play.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing, but I don't know. We've been having trouble with it, and tomorrow's gonna be the first opportunity where I can actually spend a whole day working on it. There have been points where I've spent like a morning there just trying to assess the situation.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem with a clogged toilet only has one way down, which is why it's never that much of a problem.
Right.
Sinks usually have multiple sinks to one exit pipe. And that's where it gets complicated, because you try to plunge a sink, then the air just kind of escapes throughout the other sinkholes. So you have to I did this one thing where I definitely know that there's a connection between the bathroom sink and this sink. The sink that's stuffed up is the kitchen sink. And that makes sense. My brother and his wife and his kid spent like 3 weeks with my mom because they moved out to California. My brother's working with the Navy, and he got moved to he finally got a permanent housing base out there, which is good because now closer towards the family. And but they spent like 3 weeks there while the house was getting situated. And you got a baby, you got all of a sudden extra bodies in the house where there wasn't any before. It's probably just a grease clog, or the baby probably threw something down somewhere. So I've tried sealing up the different the sinkholes. I've used this stuff, which is just a total sham. That that waterproof tape. You've seen the commercial or even the meme where it's he slaps on the slaps on tape on a ruptured water tank, and it's supposed to stop it. That's bullshit. That stuff doesn't have a water seal at all on anything. Um, like I've tried to repair a hose with it. I've tried to repair just irrigation line with that stuff. It doesn't help, not one bit. Yeah, flex tape. And I figured it could like
that
make
stuff.
Yeah, I figured it could make like at least a good seal on the sinks while I try to plunge it, but it doesn't. It doesn't do nothing.
Wait a second. Just watch out for homicidal clowns in sinks.
Oh, he's talking about it.
What? Oh, of course. Why did that go over my head?
Well, because the clown never really comes out of the sink. Well, actually, no. He talks through the sink when he's. Is her name Jenny? He talks through the sink and Jenny. He pops out of the water drain in the bathroom, and then he comes out of the sewer when he gets Georgie. So, actually, there's a short story about Stephen King about just like a finger, like a really long finger that like comes out of the sink and starts poking around the house. I think it was adapted into a TV show. I'm not. It's not Tales from the Dark Side, but it was something else. Let's see, The Finger or something. I know it's one of his short stories, and it's just about like what if a creature had a finger so long that he could poke around your house. Like imagine like
I've actually I think I've seen something like that. I have this book where it's a fan-made edition of Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, and the story is called Venetian Blinds, and in the illustration for that is a very long, scary-looking finger popping out of some window blinds.
Okay, that would be cool. Here's that sounds about right. And also there's I think a Juni Icho. Oh, The Moving Finger. Okay, yeah, this is it. This is it. Monsters, the movie. Okay, so it was Monsters. It wasn't Tales from the Dark Side, but it was yeah, hey gent. Hey gent. Yeah, it was a Tales from the Dark Side short. Or episode actually. Oh, I got some pictures of it. It's yeah, it's just a mysteriously impossibly long finger inexplicably and creepily pokes out of a drain of his bottom bathroom. A family man is pushed to the brink of sanity and attempts to get rid of it. So it's just like about a finger that pokes out, and he kind of goes. What does he do? I don't know what the finger does. It's the opposite of those animals that have that really long finger, and they dig through wood for termites. They're like, hey pest, how's it going? They're like, they're like lemurs, except they have that one long finger.
I know exactly what you're talking about. They actually made a Pokemon based off that.
Yeah. It's just like that's what I would expect would happen if you were like an ant. Yeah, and the guy's holding up a thing called Dissolvo, which I assume is season 3. Wow, that actually went on 3 seasons. Huh. Anyway, the AAs from Madagascar. They're called AAs.
The AAs?
Okay. The IIs, or E's, or AAs, or IIs, or whatever. Okay.
IIs, because the Pokemon is called Graphii.
Hmm.
Um, oh, um, from earlier when you asked me if I've seen any good movies lately. Movies, no, but my wife has been watching me play Sonic Adventure on PlayStation 3.
Oh, okay. Wait, on the PS3? They released it on the PS3?
Yeah, yeah, they had a digital release on the PS3, and I got it. I bought it from out of a fluke, and I thought, you know what? I haven't played this in a while, so let's see if it still holds up.
All
Long
right.
story short, it's still fun, but good lord, some of the controls are just clunky as hell.
I've got a Steam port because Steam or Fanatical or whatever, they had a sale on a bunch of the Sonic games. So I haven't actually loaded it up. Um, but yeah, I think I know they've gotten multiple re-releases, Gent, but I didn't know that they would actually release it on the PS3. Um, but that makes sense if they have also released it on PC. What was I gonna say?
If I could say one thing,
Mm-hmm.
if I could say one thing about Sonic Adventure, the least favorite character to play would be Amy.
Really, not big?
Well, it, yeah, Big is slightly frustrating from my point of view, but at least with Big, you're not being chased around by a robot.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I never had problems with the Amy levels, but I think everyone's had a bad stories about Big the Cat and his fishing,
I
which I
think if
guess
anything,
no. Go ahead.
the thing that I don't like about Big is his voice.
Uh, no, even that didn't bother me. Who's also, I guess this is just well known enough to, but he also the voice actor for Duke Nukem.
Wait. The
No,
voice
seriously.
of Duke Nukem is
Yeah,
also Big?
yeah. Here, I'm almost certain. I don't think that's a made up thing. There even was a Goobus cartoon that pointed that out. Let's see. A voice. Big the Cat and Duke Nukem. Google. Big the Cat and Duke Nukem. Yeah, there's a ton of fan art about the two being connected. Uh, yeah, yeah, they're the same.
Well,
Yeah, John
well,
St.
two
John.
things.
There's even just a ton of artwork of Big as Duke Nukem. Which there's only
Okay?
one way to go
Two,
with that. There's no. Actually, I stand corrected. There is one piece of artwork of uh, of Duke Nukem with a fishing pole. There's
well,
one.
two
Other than
things.
that, it's all just kind of big with a gun and the blonde hair.
If my brain would explode, it would.
I'm gonna try something. Every time I try to check the audio on the stream, I get a feedback loop. So I'm gonna check it on my phone real quick. Just hold on. I'm gonna take out my headphones and I'm gonna see.
Okay.
I'm gonna see how this works. Come on. There we
I
go.
have come to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can hear you fine. Yeah.
Voice actors have a lot of range. Well, let's hope Chris Pratt doesn't screw
I
up
know
with
I
his
heard
voice
you
for
for like a
Mario.
split second, but I want to hear you. Okay, yeah, you're fine. You're fine. I don't know why my desktop and uh why I don't know why I'm hearing you so faintly and you're like coming in great online, but that's great. That means you can pretty much that means we're good. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's just so weird. I knew you were because I could tell from the levels I'm getting from you that your voice is just as loud as mine. It's just so weird. But anyway, interjecting with the drawing real quick. Yeah, this is your character BonBon, and she,
And
I
she looks magnificent.
yeah, I was like I said, I'm trying to get away from just kind of like generic static poses and just the perspective tool, being able to snap that there's a you can put it down a 2D perspective, just like a fixed 2D perspective, and then you can add a like a 3D or a 3-point perspective box and then have it snap to the perspective and then move that around. And as you can see, I kind of did that with her thighs and her legs so that they move a little bit closer towards the camera. And I'm going to be doing it with his snout just now. I don't think you can't see this now. You'll see it in about maybe 2 minutes. Again, because of complications, Scott is watching the live stream along with you people at home. But I'm seeing the fresh view. And so yeah, you can move that 3D box and it will really help you, especially in this case I'm drawing Mike's snout. His his long werewolf snout, and then you just point that in the right direction. And yeah, Clip Studio has a similar tool gent, but it's Clip Studio is just it tries to do everything great and then ends up doing it's definitely a jack of all trades. And if it had a better pen, or if I could actually figure out how to make Paint Tool Seiya's pen, or their pen feel like Paint Tool Seiya's pen, then I would definitely jump over immediately. Uh, but as it stands, I will die on the hill that Paint Tool Seiya has like the best stabilizer pen by default. But anyway, do you see what I'm saying, Scott? It should have hit you by now.
I oh I'm oh I'm seeing it, and I mean I know according to my internet, I mean this I am having trouble talking today.
That's fine. It happens to everybody.
Short version, I definitely see what you're talking about, and honestly, I wish I had that, but I don't.
Yeah, you don't. You're still a pen and paper man, which I do respect a lot because I can't do that anymore. I used to. That's the only way I used to be able to draw because I didn't have one. But as soon as I went over to, as soon as I moved over to tablets, I that's just the way I've been doing. Okay, we got some people in there. Hey, Alphabet Lore, and
And
Andre says, "How you doing,
Andre
Scott?"
Partridge. Hello, Andre. Nice to meet you. Unless we've met someplace in a I'm overthinking again. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. We're all good. That's all good. We had some jazz music playing, but I kind of dumped that, jettisoned that, looking for all the different settings. But yeah, we got some lurkers
Pencil,
here.
paper, chocolate.
Anyway,
Um,
let's move on to a different topic. You know what? Now that all I can think now is that plumbing. Oh, I also cut myself. I cut myself on the the pedestal underneath. Okay, first of all, nothing was actually done right in that stupid bathroom. If I could just vent for a bit of a moment. Um, my uncle, and I explained this to my mom, and my mom's just like really kind of peeved at my uncle now. Maybe I shouldn't have told her this, but he put there's a metal piece that leads from the sink, into the regular pipework. And it like leaked for a little bit and he came over and fixed it. Well, the way he fixed it was he put a metal funnel, just a metal funnel, and then attached that to the old pipe because the pipework, the thread had rotten away because it was metal and just years and years of erosion. And then he sealed that together with like this epoxy spray. So it wasn't a mechanical seal, it was a chemical one. And of course, you put enough hot water down the sink, it'll ruin that. So that's what happened in her back bathroom. So I fixed that the last time I was there, and that was an issue separate from the clog. It was just something I noticed when I was trying to figure out how to fix the clog, and I noticed that, oh my gosh, this is leaking everywhere. Ugh.
I do have one question for you.
Yeah.
I've made a deal with I don't know if I should say his name on here, but he does audio plays,
Oh.
and I made a deal with him about doing an audio play of BonBon and Mike, and I'd like to ask, with your permission, if I could use this commission as the title card.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I do that all the time. I think I did a commission for Werewolf and Werewolf Cora. She used some images that I made for her on her book. I think it was a book. But yeah, sure, you can totally use that. That sounds cool. Okay, Andre has put up some good topics I think we can discuss. Have you seen, which I want to do, let's talk about Ruby Gilman first. Have you seen that trailer for that?
I have not, but I have seen people post pictures of the Ariel look-alike character, and I'm going to be honest with you and everyone. My hopes for DreamWorks have not been good, because DreamWorks officially lost me when they made the Boss Baby.
Yeah, Boss Baby hasn't been... The first one was kind of okay. The second one was weird, and then they keep pushing that for it's like their most successful movie to TV adaptation. What am I trying to say? They've tried to make a How to Train Your Dragon series, like 3 of those. No, wait, like 4 of those.
I remember seeing one.
Yeah, and 2 of them are spin-offs where it's like the modern day. So, like, what the hell? Or like it's definitely, one of them was definitely like pushed towards like little kids. No. Yeah, have you not Gent brings up a good point. Did you like Puss in Boots? The last one?
I haven't seen that yet, but I have been hearing a lot of good things, so if I ever get the time, I do want to give that one
give that
a try.
shot. I only had and I've mentioned this before, I only had one like absolute criticism towards it, and that's when they try to emulate the Spider-Verse drop frame animation. And they do that, like, there are actual scenes where they go from like smooth animation to like action animation, and it just feels like really clunky. There's particularly I pointed this out on a past Artcast where there's this one shot of like the three bears and Goldilocks on a hill, and Baby Bear is actually like he's moving and he's pointing out things, and then they drop on all fours, and then they like literally like drop their frames as they start running, and it
Huh.
doesn't feel good. It feels like they were trying to emulate they knew how to emulate some of the art this what makes like the Spider-Verse animation work, but they didn't have like the restraint to figure out when to use it a lot. Like that opening fight with the giant is
Oh.
amazing, and then the final fight is fantastic. So yeah, definitely give it a shot. I think you're also gonna like you'll like Jack. Have you seen any clips of Jack? Jack Horner?
I have I have not, which kind of gives me an advantage, so that way I don't spoil anything for myself.
Okay, wow. How did you manage that? It's been all over Twitter. But anyway, that's good. Definitely check out Puss in Boots. Um Getting back to DreamWorks, I think Boss Baby's just kind of obnoxious because it's the one thing that like Netflix uses as their benchmark to figure out what's a success. And the show's not
I
good.
just, I mean,
Oh, sorry.
oh, that's okay. Uh, uh,
I know. That's fine.
sorry, I just need to say something to. I know you know this, but I don't know if anybody here does. I have high functioning autism. It's not easy for me to speak, and I have this. Oh God, I have this habit where if I'm about to say something, but if somebody's going to talk, I quickly quiet myself because I don't like it when I accidentally interrupt anyone. So
Right.
please understand, I'm trying to be respectful.
I apologize for that. I'm trying. It's this the thing. There's a delay between us and what's going on, but we're all okay. We're all just here to hang out. This is literally just uh, which is literally just like talking over artwork. This is just like what we do, like what we did last week or the week before when we were hanging out. Mike
True.
says, "Wait, there was a Boss Baby show." Yeah. Um, let's see. And then Gent adds, I remember reading the report from Netflix saying that Boss Baby cartoon was being the standard for their animation, and that depressed me.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh.
that and
That is painful.
yeah, it is kind of. Um, and Andre says I'm also autistic and I have the same problem. So we all understand, and we're all just here to kind of, again, this is just kind of like a hangout more than anything. Um, where's my? Wait, is it still? Okay, everything's still running. Okay, good, good. Um, I'm the one that's kind of nervous. I'm trying to make sure that everything's running smoothly, and I'm also trying to keep up. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, there's a Boss Baby cartoon. It's fine. I'm not gonna put down any of the voice actors because the voice actor who does what's his face, the Boss Baby, it's fine. Of course, they're not gonna get the actual actors from the movie. Um, it's just like it's like slice of life stuff, and like I said, it's their most successful like a movie to TV adaptation. They tried it with actually screw that. No, Penguins of Madagascar. I forgot.
I've heard mixed feelings about that one.
The Penguins of Madagascar? I we're not talking about the movie, which I also kind of like, but also it drags at the end. I'm talking about the animated series on Nickelodeon.
You know, you're gonna be surprised. I haven't seen that series.
Again, it's pretty good. It's limited into where the settings kind of limited, but it works out fine because they have the underground base, they have the zoo, which I think are all like they're all taken from the movie. They're the models are just like downgraded so that they can be pushed out a little bit more. Um, and that all started with Jimmy Neutron, if you can believe it, when Odenkirk was like, "I've got a movie idea," or no, "I've got a TV show idea." He tells Nickelodeon, "I got a TV show idea about this uh, this boy genius," and then they were like, "Okay, good. We want a series, but we also want a movie after the series." And then Odenkirk was like, "Wait a minute. How about let's do a movie first, and then we'll do a series?" Because he took all the movie money to build his to rig and model everything, and then just downgraded those models so he could make his TV show.
Hello, Miss Goomba 39.
Huh? 39?
Miss Goomba 39.
Oh, that's also May. Hey May, how's it going? I know everyone's alias, and I know everyone's sort of alt accounts, and I kind of know who they are on Twitter. Like XYZ Pest is another old friend of mine. Yeah, it's clever.
I know
And it's
SNB
also
16 6 stars. I call 16 6 stars my sis. We get along very well.
yeah. I know you guys hang out. Who's there with you? This is Scotty Ladd. He's a friend of mine, and he owns half of the characters that I'm drawing right now.
Man, that technique is amazing.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, the drawing or the actual like making a movie first and then.
It's the way you draw them. Forgive me. I'm jealous.
Oh, thank you. Well, I just kind of I have to. It's all about practice. Um. What was I gonna say? Something about DreamWorks. Oh yeah. They turned, and then DreamWorks turned around. They made that their business model because they would have animated shows, and then they would like it was Nickelodeon, so I guess it was more Paramount that they had to deal with. Or no, scratch that because they did the Dragons series on a Cartoon Network, and then the Panda series, the Kung Fu Panda on Nickelodeon, and then
he even had a series. Nice.
Yeah, and there's also a Monsters vs. Aliens series where they add a bunch of extra aliens, which was kind of fine. It was okay. So yeah,
Hang on just a second. I'll be right back.
Okay, you got it. So it was just weird how they just turned around and yeah, well, DreamWorks is at a point was just like a gun for hire when it came to adapting their shows. I mean, they did more not Cartoon Network. They did more Nickelodeon stuff than they did Cartoon Network. But they got one on Cartoon Network. I'm trying to think if they got another, because so far I'm counting like 3 or 4. I'm counting Penguins on Nickelodeon. I'm counting Aliens, and I'm counting Kung Fu Panda.
Barks Rupia.
What else? Anyway. Well, we can always look that up. But anyway, Ruby Gillman. I don't know. Unless there's some sort of twist to where the Kraken and the mermaid actually like become friends, it seems like the whole plot was like given to you in the trailer. which I'm hoping I hope they do play with something like that, where they have to like work together or whatever.
There is one thing that I wanted to bring up.
Mm-hmm.
And well, I was going to give the remake of The Little Mermaid a chance, but it lost me when I found out that Melissa McCarthy would portray Ursula.
That didn't seem too bad to me, but you know what really lost me was that Sebastian. The photorealistic Sebastian. Hey Aaron, how's it going?
Oh. Oh, no.
And that's an issue. Like,
But
oh,
you first, then
okay.
I'll say what I have to say.
Because of like the state of CGI now, like people really were taken aback by MODOK, who was in did you see Quantumania? You said it was pretty good.
Yes, I thought it was a fun movie. I love the way they portrayed Kang, and while I admit their choice for MODOK is a bit odd, but honestly, the fact that I finally got to see a version of MODOK, I was satisfied, because these Marvel movies have actually made me want to research more of the characters.
And they pick Gent wants you to remind us all that that the species that they picked for the movie is a land only crab, so it couldn't exist it couldn't exist underwater with Ariel. So the actual species is wrong.
Wow.
Hey, where's my giant spider crab?
Wow.
My spider crab, Sebastian. The one that actually lives at the very bottom of the ocean.
Cool.
But is also like giant and monstrous. Like if you're gonna go new, go weird.
Yeah. Take chances.
Speaking of I was thinking Quantumania, people have been giving that MODOK a hard time because and they kind of cut the difference between a stylized version of the character and like a photorealistic version of the character, where his mask or his, I guess, helmet, his mask comes down and it looks like the classic MODOK face, but then it pops up and then you just see his regular face. People have been giving that a hard time because it looks like a photorealistic face, which yeah, that's what's gonna happen when all you do is scan a person into into a thing.
Sorry, I looked at what Gent just said. The crab that's gonna tell me how to smash that Bumbaclad Frieza. Not only do I get that reference, but that had to be one of the funniest moments in DBZ Abridged.
Oh yeah, I kind of missed that series. I wish they would continue, but that must have been less like that. That must have been a huge toll on them. I didn't know this, but I guess they're still making Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. I just saw like I was looking up like old memes. I was like, I haven't watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged in a while, and I just started looking through all that stuff. And he had some new episodes posted, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna check this out after a while. Why not make Sebastian like Tamatoa from Moana?
Oh,
yeah, that's the
that
thing.
Would have been cool.
Moana is fine because it's stylized.
Now all of a sudden I am picturing Sebastian and him doing a duet of Shiny.
Oh. Cool. That would be awesome. A coconut crab. Oh man, those things are huge. I forget what it is. I think it is a spider crab that that apparently are really tasty, but people don't want to eat because of just the way they look.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know how would you farm coconut crab. I heard those are the ones that are the only species that can actually like break your fingers. Like if they could actually break your
Hmm.
fingers if they get a hold of you. So I don't know.
Ooh, ooh.
Oh, hold on 1 second. You talk about whatever you want. I left my charger in the house. I'll be right back.
Okay. Uh, Um. Hello, everybody. Uh. Oh, would anybody be interested if I shared my uh top 5 favorite movies? I'll wait for a response. Okay, I got a sure. All right, I will try to keep these short fire unless you want me to explain why. So with that, number 5 is a tie between Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters Afterlife. I love watching those two together. Especially Afterlife. To me, that is a that was a sequel worth waiting. Oh, what's this? Do I also do just drawings? I mainly draw, but whenever the opportunity arises, I try to practice creative writing. It's not easy, but I have a friend of mine who has helped me develop that skill a bit.
That's awesome. Hey Drake, how you doing? When'd you get here? And when'd you get here, Underwolf? Oh, you've been here for like a while. Sorry. Oh.
And the one thing that I really loved about Ghostbusters Afterlife was the tribute to Harold Ramis. This, I never thought in a million years that a Ghostbusters movie, hell, a Ghostbusters sequel, would actually made me cry.
Yeah, I know. I've heard pretty good things about that too. The problem with the Ghostbusters, the what was it, the 2016 version, is that they at the
Yeah,
time they were operating under that whole like just keep the camera moving, keep them talking. Uh, and I think just the there's a little it could have the script could have used one more rewrite in terms of the villain. Um,
and yeah, I definitely thought the villain was a little weak, and again, me mentioning Melissa McCarthy, I just don't find her funny for some reason. I tried a couple of times, I barely laughed.
yeah, that
And I think
happens.
the and I think the movie that killed it for me was Identity Theft.
I've never
I
seen Identity
hated
Theft.
that movie. I don't recommend it. It just I understand physical comedy is not easy, but I call BS because I've seen good examples of physical comedy without sounding gross or offensive. Especially when a friend of mine recently introduced me to some of the Marx Brothers movies. Oh my goodness. I was fascinated. Which is another reason why my character Lone Star on the bottom left corner, I want some of his emotions and mannerisms to be based off of silent film actors like Buster Keaton, Charlie Chaplin, Harold Lloyd. I want to add the element of comedy that'll make people think, that's clever. And I'm not even remotely offended by that.
Yeah.
Easier said than done nowadays.
Yeah. But no, it can be done. Especially this is gonna sound absolutely weird, but have you seen Bluey?
Yes, and in case any of you are wondering, that show to me is an example of a kid's show done with effort.
Yeah, it's amazing. I love it. It's a fantastic series just because of like the animation and well, first of all, the voice acting is really great. Not even just from the adults.
And can I admit something?
Yeah, go ahead.
One thing I want to admit to everyone from Bluey, more specifically the episode Baby Race, the ending not only put a tear in my eye, but it made me want to check on my mother to see how she was doing.
Yeah, Baby Race is pretty good. What else was there? Well, it's not too much of an educational show. It's just like a
Slice of life?
Yeah, slice of life kids show, kind of like it has an Undertale reference. I didn't know that. I just want to ask.
I love the fact that in one
Mm-hmm.
in one episode they actually referenced a little moment from The Simpsons by saying dollary dues. I laughed at that.
Oh yeah. They always the dad always like goes dollary dues and stuff like that. What's his name?
Oh no, we have to hurry up. The Grey Nomads.
For some reason I have a feeling that Australia loves The Simpsons because they
that wouldn't surprise me.
No, it's a great, but for some reason every like artist that's been coming out of Australia recently, I always like notice some sort of weird Simpsonisms. Like you have well, there's Bluey, there's let's see, there's Bluey, there's Koala Man, and then there's also what's that other one? You've got you also got Tom Cardy, who's also Australian. Have you heard of him? He's a YouTuber. He's a singer-songwriter.
I have not.
Okay, I'm just gonna send you a link. You got to check it out in your own time. And I don't want to actually get flagged for anything, but I'm gonna send you, and I'll post something also in the chat so people can see. Tom Cardy.
Oh, and CR.
Yeah. Oh, are you talking about? Are you spelling his name or trying to say something to me?
Oh, I was saying something to you.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Would it be all right if I continue my top 5 favorite movies?
Oh, shoot. Is that what you were doing? I thought you were just talking about Ghost Life. Or Afterlife. Yeah, sure. Go ahead. What were you at?
I at number 5, I listed Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters Afterlife as a tie because I loved them both equally.
Okay, that's good.
For number 4, it would be The Adventures of Tintin, the one that came out in 2011.
Spielberg made.
Yes, Spielberg and
Or
Peter
produced
Jackson.
It, anyway. Yeah, that was a good one, wasn't it? I
regret not seeing that on the big screen, because when I watched it for the first time, not only did the motion capture look amazing, but the fact that the characters looked eerily similar to their illustrations and the environments practically looked real, and the sense of adventure, I was in awe.
Now that's the idea of using the photorealism. Like, there's got to be a way of combining or using like figuring out on what sliding scale you want your characters to occupy. And I'm just gonna look up Tintin. I just need a refresher. Tintin movie. Yeah, let's see.
I still wish that they could get a sequel off the ground, because the way it ended, I actually want to see them go on more adventures.
That would be great. That would be good. I was, I grew. Oh, pardon me.
From what I've heard, Spielberg did direct the Tintin movie, and he wanted Peter Jackson to direct the sequel, and Spielberg would produce it.
Okay, that would work. Yeah, I'm looking at like the side characters. Like they've got like larger, they're definitely stylized, and Tintin looks like the most realistic character in a way. I'm seeing the two twin inspectors and the captain, and again, this is a really good way of like capturing the spirit of the characters, making it somewhat photorealistic, but also like playing up the fantastical elements. I was going to say, who's that guy, Zemeckis? Zemeckis wasn't involved in this, was he?
No, and thank God he wasn't. Because let me tell you something. I have seen some footage of what he wanted to do to remake Yellow Submarine, and again, thank everything in existence that it never came to be.
Yeah, I wonder what the deal is. How did the Spielberg and his team like nail this so hard? And then you've got Zemeckis doing like there's got to be like an actual technique to it or something.
I'm not sure, but I think a part of it has to do with the fact that one, Spielberg is a big Tintin fan, and he wanted to do a live-action Tintin movie ever since he released Raiders of the Lost Ark. And Hergé, the creator, he even expressed interest in doing that, but unfortunately, he passed away at around that time, if I'm not too mistaken. I could be wrong, and if anybody can correct me, I welcome that.
No, it because you can really love something. I'm sure Zemeckis loves his characters, but I'm looking at this and I'm like wondering, like, what is the exact fit? I'm trying to break this down almost mathematically. Like, how did they? At what scale or gradient did they figure out that these characters would work? Because they look great. They look great just sitting there. There's not a dead eye out of any of them. Like that dead, soulless stare.
Oh, yeah. I definitely noticed that when I was watching the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers movie for the Uncanny Valley section.
Yeah, but that's like the Zemeckis. They should have called that Zemeckis Alley. But that would have been, I guess, too mean.
Oh, that would have been hilarious!
Okay. 16 Stars has some really good notes. Carry the box set. It comes along to the realistic warm lighting, the finer details on the skin, and more detail on the face wrinkles. Okay, so you think... Okay. They put a lot of effort into the faces. Of course they did. It all looks... It all looks great. I like it. It's just... And now I'm gonna go into a new tab and I'm gonna open up like now you see I like Polar Express, and I like I
liked it too.
Yeah, I think it was fine. I like the different set pieces that they've added to make it like more more of a movie.
I think if I had one criticism for the Polar Express, it would be the character that was portrayed by Eddie Deezen.
Mandark?
Hey, you. You know what kind of train this is?
Mandark, right?
You are correct, my friend.
Yeah. Is he still around? I hope he didn't. Eddie Deason?
No, he's still around. Yeah, he's still around. I think I could be wrong, and I'm only assuming. I think he's only doing some appearances here and there, and I think he's retired. I could be wrong.
Okay. Well, that's okay. Most of Zemeckis' characters are smooth clay with barely any textures. Huh. Maybe. There is definitely a sheen to his a planet sheen to his characters, where they've just got this kind of thing. I didn't mind it too much in the Polar Express, but then again, if you're like looking at that is based off like a watercolor painting, then you wouldn't want the characters being too realistic. Mars Needs Kids was just a catastrophe.
Oh, I've only seen a review of that, and that was and like Fantastic Four, the one that came out around 2015, somewhere around that ballpark. That was all I needed to see.
Yeah. Zemeckis, Underwolf states, Zemeckis is more passionate about technology than his story. Yeah, I guess the same thing happened with Lucas, where he made the prequel. And it's just, where it's all green screen acting and stuff like that.
Shall I continue the list?
Yes, of course. Continue.
I hope I'm not being rude.
No, really you're not. This is great. This is keeping the ball rolling.
Very well, then. All right. For number 3, Ready Player One. After watching the trailer for that movie, and when I found out there was a book, I decided to actually go to the library, check the book out, and I couldn't put that book down. I was glued to each page, the references, the characters, the story. I actually had a blast. I had little to no trouble visualizing the words, and it's one of the few books that I read from start to finish. The others including Holes and Who Censored Roger Rabbit.
Ooh, nice. Okay. I got nothing to say about Ready Player One. I saw bits and pieces of it. There is a kind of interesting meta about the corporations using the characters, and of course there's the Iron Giant bit where but it probably captures like the feeling of like all the like just internet culture in a way.
And one thing I will say, if anybody is interested, whether I like the movie or the book, I like them both equally for different reasons. Because let's be completely honest here. If they were to try to adapt the entire book, 1, it would be too long of a movie, and 2, the characters they mention in the book alone, they would have to pay a bleep ton of money just to get the characters in any scenes.
Oh, okay. There's one thing that I know about Ready Player One. It's my favorite bit of trivia, is that there was a Battleborn character. And I don't know which one. I forget. Oh, let me look that up. I might as well. There's a Battleborn character in Ready Player One, which, unfortunately, I like Battleborn. I thought it was a good game. Have you ever played it?
Wait a minute. Does Battleborn have a like a robot or an android with a German accent?
Yes, that one. Here, I'll give you a picture of it. I'll send that over to you. Let's see, copy image. Can I just copy the images into, or do I have to actually do it in Discord? Okay, I actually have to do it. I'm gonna look and see which actual character was in But I just thought that was hilarious because that game like existed for like maybe 2 years. Did I do it? Did it send? No, it's sending. Okay. It looks like this.
I
It was killed
That's
by
so weird.
Overwatch, basically.
Nice.
I
Very
liked it,
nice.
and I don't know if it's actually in any sort of playable state. I have a disc, which in theory should have the game on it, but all the servers are gone, so I guess they it's not around anymore. Same with Wrestleverse or whatever it was.
Would it be all right if I describe two of my favorite moments from the book and probably my favorite moment from the movie?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
In the book, well, between the book and the movie, the way that the main character Parsival tries to find the keys and the gates are completely different. Because, for example, and if anybody hasn't read the book, I apologize if I enter spoiler territory. To find when he found the clue for the first key was somewhere on a plan on a planet that contained an underground cavern, and to get the key, he had to challenge, and I feel bad for mispronouncing this name, the Lich King. He had to challenge the Lich King to a game of Joust on arcade.
Uh-huh.
And when and to find the gate, well, when he found the gate and he opened it up, he they had this thing where they would take movies and you would play the perspective of the main character, and you have to act out scene by scene, and the more accurate you are, the more points you receive. And when he entered the gate, he had to do a point of view game adaptation of war games.
Huh.
And they actually did something like that near the end of the book, and it was Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Okay. Yeah, I heard something about that.
Now, in the movie, to get the first key, they had to take part in a stylized car race that featured a lot of references, which I am still a sucker for. And the only part that they couldn't get past was King Kong.
Huh.
And my two favorite moments from the book are as follows. One, when Parsival explores a planet called Arcade, which is a planet-sized museum which contains arcade machines and pizza joints, and he came across a Pac-Man arcade machine where James Halliday, one of the founders of Oasis, used to visit this pizza place to play Pac-Man. And the moment Parsival began playing, he was going through each level, and when he reached the infamous level 256, the speakers in the pizza place start blaring Pac-Man Fever.
Okay.
And my other favorite moment in the book is that his choice of ride was the DeLorean from Back to the Future, which featured the following. The red blinking light from Knight Rider in the front, the Ghostbuster logo on both sides of the doors, and I can't remember the name of the device, but it would allows him to transport through solid matter from Buckaroo Banzai.
Oh yeah, that thing. Okay. All right, that's cool. So yeah, it is just like it's a love letter to all pop culture.
And that is the best way to describe Ready Player One in a nutshell.
All right. I'm looking through this, and it looks like almost every character from Battleborn is somewhere in the background of Ready Player One. So I am assuming I got to figure it out. Who made Ready Player One? Like, who produced it? Like, was it
Produced?
a
I'm
Paramount
not
or?
Wait. Fudge. There goes my train of thought.
Well, I'm looking it up now. Steven Spielberg, Warner Brothers. Okay, Warner Brothers. Now, does Warner Brothers?
And Amblin.
Uh-huh. Ready. Okay, so now Battleborn. Does Battleborn have any connection with Warner Brothers? Because they've got one. There's one Overwatch player in the whole movie. And there's pardon me. There's one. Battleborn ends Ratchet and Clank's 2-week chart. Okay, well, no, these are just reviews, and they say it's started off strong. Yeah, I don't know why, but like almost every Battleborn character has a cameo in the movie. But for some reason, hey Johnny, and there's only like one Overwatch character, and that's Tracer. So it's weird. I guess they were just like, I don't know, really available.
I see a question for Miss Goomba 39. What would be some advice for making good/charming characters? I think if anything, the only advice I can give is write what you know, but don't be afraid to explore different territories. Because if there's one thing that I have learned from the Magic School Bus from Miss Frizzle, make mistakes and just try something different.
All right. No. That's the way I do it. It's just you got to keep on. I don't know. Keep on.
And with that said, shall we continue?
Yeah, I think you're on number 2 now.
Yes.
Oh, here, just
number
wait a second.
2.
Johnny, this is Scott. This is I should put maybe I should put something.
Hi, Johnny.
On
2x4.
I should put like a thing like also starring Scott or something. I'll do that next time. Also, I'm trying to figure out how to make that stupid not your character, but the PNG that I have in OBS. I want to make it bounce like my character. It should just be doing it, but like I don't know what setting I'm doing wrong.
May I offer a suggestion for the next time, or for the next time we try this?
Yeah.
Would it be all right if I draw the cartoon version of myself?
Yeah, that would be good too. I just picked this because it was on your DeviantArt, and I was like, "Oh, okay, this would be good." And I just wanted.
You have no. I was gonna say you have no idea how honored I am that you're using my character from my passion project.
Yeah, I liked it. I've done several commissions. You've commissioned me a couple times to do Lone Star. He's a cool character.
And funny enough, number 2 on the list has been a major influence for this character.
Okay, let me guess. Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Close but no cigar, my friend.
Oh, really? Okay, what is it?
Number 2, Dick Tracy.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. That totally comes out of that same that adjacent kind of place.
Because let me explain something about my character Lone Star before I talk about Dick Tracy. I had absolutely no idea what to do with that character before I watched Dick Tracy. Because when I was in high school, I drew him a lot, but I had no idea what to do with him. I originally wanted to make him a wisecracking, ageless character who would have been a clone from one of my villains, and then I thought, man, that's far-fetched, even from my point of view. And funny enough, when I first watched the trailer for Dick Tracy on the VHS of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, it looked great, but I never got to watch it until I started college.
Really, that long?
Yeah, because when I was at NIU, go Huskies, my friends and I, we dropped by the store called No Strings Attached. It was a secondhand store, DVDs, magazines. I did manage to get a couple of Mad magazines on display, but anyway, they had a DVD copy of Dick Tracy, and I had the money for it, and then I said, you know what? F it. I haven't seen this, and I finally want to watch it. One viewing later, holy shnikes, I want my character to be in something like this.
Yeah, it did. I always found like Dick Tracy, like, I don't know, was it a flop or was it okay on release? I can't remember. I thought it did pretty good.
From what I've heard, it had mixed reviews. Some critics applauded the movie for the makeup effects and the settings, not to mention all the painted backdrops, which looked, oh my god, fan-friggin-tastic.
I still love the can, just the can that says chili. It's a white can and it just says chili on it. I don't know why.
I'll admit, moments like
that
did
cracks
get a
me
chuckle
up
out of me.
Because that's what cartoons look
hold
like.
on a second.
You got one thing. It's not. There's no pageantry to anything that's like on it, but it just says chili, and it's. I don't know why. I love it.
Oh, hang on just a second. Rosalina Bob 64. Who's that? Phineas wannabe? Okay. I need to get one thing out of the way for everyone. The character on the left, he was never based off of Phineas. My character, Lone Star, was based off of two things. Mad Magazine, Spy vs. Spy, and The Simpsons.
That totally, I can see the Spy versus Spy thing. And
to be honest with you and everyone here, every time I would show my character and people compared him to Phineas, I didn't take it that well.
Nah, well, it's fine. I think you showed this to me before Phineas and Ferb even aired. I remember seeing your artwork and being like, "Oh, okay." And the round eyes definitely are definitely Simpson-y, and they make more sense. I'm trying to figure out. Let me look up Phineas and Ferb real quick. There's something weird about Phineas that I don't know if he has got round eyes or not. Phineas and...
Oh, he does. He does.
Yeah, but there's... Okay, here's the thing. Lone Star, I think what I have find appealing about him is that his hat and his hair are rounded out. He's basically like a snow cone on the side. While Phineas is just a full-blown...
Hey, now that you mention that, it kind of does.
Yeah. Phineas is just a full-blown isosceles triangle with a kind of weird a palm tree on his head. Or it's like, yeah, I like the softness of the snow cone to Phineas's palm tree.
Though I am thinking about adding more to Lone Star's head, because when I drew his father, aka the main antagonist in the first story arc, he actually has like eyelids and eyebrows above. his father's head looked more developed than his son's, and I'm kind of debating on whether to change it or keep Lone Star the way he is. But one thing for sure, the nose, it stays, because that right there, that it makes him who he is.
Definitely, I think
If that
so.
makes any sense.
No, it's fantastic.
Now, with that said, more about Dick Tracy.
Yeah.
I don't care what people say about whether the movie was forgettable or not. To me, I never forgot it. I was hooked throughout the movie, the set designs, the characters, and come on, how can you not laugh at Al Pacino practically making an ass of himself? And
oh yeah, Pacino like really
but
ate
yeah.
all the scenery in that one.
Yeah, every time he was on screen, I couldn't wait to hear him speak or even just have outbursts of anger. And funny enough, when they showed the character Littleface and they did a close up of how they did that effect, I clapped my hands and said, "Okay, that is friggin' brilliant." Oh. And what really saddens me about that movie is that they didn't use much of Dick Van Dyke as D.A. Fletcher.
Huh? Oh, who was that?
Dick Van Dyke?
Oh! I'm sorry. I that cut off. Yeah. Um. eh, yeah, I guess so. I don't know. What would you do with that character? It seems more of a
That,
cameo.
in my humble opinion, is a... And I know he's appeared more than twice in the movie, but again, I think he's just the DA to help Dick Tracy try to convict Big Boy, but again, they didn't do much with him, and I'm kind of saddened because I love Dick Van Dyke, especially now, because that man has a lot of energy for his age, and he forgive. To quote Sideshow Bob from The Simpsons, "This guy is a national treasure."
Yeah, he is. I'm trying to think of the last thing I saw him in, and the only thing that's coming to mind is A Night at the Museum.
Oh, yes. I really did love his performance in that one.
Yeah.
And he actually made a pretty decent twist villain, too.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's like even, but that was at a time before twist villains were even a thing, and I think twist villains mainly came about or like are remembered in like we talk about twist villains in animated movies because that's when they first started popping up, but like there've always been twist villains.
Didn't they start the whole twist villain thing with Stinky Pete from Toy Story 2?
Pardon me, I swallowed some spit. Oh. Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's when they did it for like in animated movies. But you know, there's always been twist villains in live action ones. But and of course, like Night at the Museum, that's kind of like a kids movie. It's not really, but it's appropriate for kids. Um, yeah, that one always gets left out of the like twist villain discussion for some reason. Also, hey Matt, um, this is Scotty, and yeah, he's he's our guest. Where are we at in the drawing phase? I've actually lost. I'm watching Scott on chat. Okay, yeah, we're doing pretty good.
We're about an hour and a half in.
Now, if I could just before we get to the number one movie, I'm just gonna say that
Hmm.
usually these sessions that I draw, there are multiple sessions with that I do in live streams sometimes whenever I get the time, and I will draw them on live streams over on Princess Melanie's channel uh, as I guess prickly princess pear, I
Oh,
guess as you call it. Also, here, if you want to see how the sausage is made, real quick. Oh, sorry. Can you hear that? There's a garbage truck.
I don't hear anything.
Okay, good. Well, then I got really good filters on this microphone, or at least the settings. If you want to see how the sausage is made, there we go. We're just watching footage of me. When I record on OBS, I record. One side is the live stream of Princess Pear, or Princess Prickly Pear, or Priscilla, and the other half is whatever I do for these artcasts. So there you go.
By the by the way, what does Princess Prickly Pear's face look like?
There have been some. I've let's see. I've got some right here. I'm gonna look on Twitter. I did a whole full like sort of design thing.
And if I must say, I really do love Princess Melanie and Princess Prickly Pear's designs. They look fantastic.
Well, yeah, they're basically just like, they're Mario characters. Kinda they're Mario characters, but yeah, I like it. I think oh, here, let's see if I can find it. And I mainly did that because I was like, okay, I want to explore like, more VTubing stuff, and I use a program called PRPR Live, and it's just a fun way of doing Let's Plays. Let's see, where's my give me my
Oh,
okay,
and
media. There we go.
if if you hear if you hear the sound of Porygon from Generation 1 of Pokemon, that's my notification thing on my phone.
Right on. Right, heard that like a couple times. I was like, okay, that's something. Let's see. I'm scrolling through my
And,
old media on my Twitter. It should be
and
here
if I
somewhere.
and if I also must say something, I want to thank you for making that Familiar Faces video of Porygon. Because of that, Porygon is my #1 favorite Pokemon.
Oh, wow. Because of that?
Yes, my friend.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay, now. Well, he's a good. I mean, you know what? I don't know if he's actually good in the game, but he's definitely interesting. I know he's got Tri Attack, which is like, I guess, was really good, and he gets that naturally, which I think you can actually teach it to some characters, but I think he's the one that like learns it.
Miss Goomba
You're more
39
into
says
Pokemon than
CR.
I am.
Oh yeah, I not to brag, of course.
Yeah, but like, where would you put
Let's
him
see.
on the power scale, like Porygon?
If anything, actually, would you mind elaborating? Because I'm kind of confused by that.
Oh, okay. Well, you know how there's a tier list of Pokemon? Like, I know I don't know like what's good and what's bad now. I know that Sunkern at one time was like the absolute worst. He had like the lowest stats of any other character.
Mm-hmm.
Did so like
Well,
is he like a mid tier? Like if people were making a team, would he be like mid tier or like high tier?
I I think I think if anything, I would place Porygon between mid to high tier, mainly because I noticed that Porygon is without a shadow of a doubt a special attacker.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like I mentioned, he's the only one that like can perform like I think he's the only Pokemon in that original set that naturally learns Tri Attack. Oh wait, no, Dudrio. I think they know Fire Attack too, or Tri Attack, which makes sense
Yep.
because they have the 3
You're,
heads. So
and I know in Generation 2, they let Doug Trio and Magneton learn Tri Attack.
okay, that makes sense. There's 3 of them. Um. Okay, so like mid to like high tier. Okay, that's pretty good. Um. Yeah, I just didn't
Hold
know.
on one second.
Yeah, I sent you a picture. I'm going to try to put one into the chat. But Twitter, aside from, if there's one, you can't blame Musk for everything because Twitter has always made you save their pictures now instead of like a JPEG or a ping or something useful. It's that PGIF or whatever it's called. And so now every time I want to download a picture, I have to and use it for something. I've got to download it, uh, post it into Paint Tool, and then save it as another thing.
Would it hang on just a second. Miss Goomba 39, Porygon's not very good. Well, that may be, but there is one thing that I take to heart from Gold, Silver, and Crystal from the Elite Four member Karen. Strong Pokemon, weak Pokemon. That is the only selfish perception of people. Truly skilled trainers should try to win with the Pokemon they love best.
All right, that's cool.
And Porygon may not be the strongest, but I'm willing to do whatever I can to train the hell out of it because, come on, if you can win with your favorite Pokemon, that's saying something right there.
Let's see. Okay, here's a picture of. Yeah, I always collected the Pokemon that I liked. Anyway, here's what. Hopefully, come on. No. Okay, where did I save it to? Working. I saved it to working. I saved it to my zip drive. Okay, hold on 1 second. It's right here. Okay, here we go. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Here's what Priscilla should look like from the front. She's got kind of a sharp nose. And I did a bunch of default ones or different hairstyles, and then I went with this one. Although I would say that I think this one and then maybe this one right here. I don't know. I may actually replace it with this one.
She's not bad looking.
No,
Not
she's
bad
kind
at
of
all.
who's that one character? I forget. SLB. Are you aware of him on
Yes.
Twitter?
I
She's
am
kind of
aware.
an SMLB character. And based off Pearl, and then there's the different cactuses or prickly pears that she's based off of. I chose the purple and the kind of yellow for her, but the blonde for her hair. Anywho, people have been asking me how does she look from the front, and that's sort of the way.
Oh, by the way, if anyone is curious about why BonBon is colored that way, it's very simple. Like CR mentioned, she's made out of candy confectionaries. Her hair is caramel, her body is cookie butter, her clothing is chocolate, and her lips are buttercream frosting.
Oh, nice. And then Werewolf is a werewolf, and he's just he's a cool werewolf. He's electric werewolf, you said, right?
Yes, he harnesses the power of electricity, blue electricity from what I've been told, and he also has super strength. And honestly, I ship his character with my character BonBon.
Right. I didn't. Unfortunately, I don't. I've never had the pleasure of talking to who's the artist? I remember the icon. His icon is really awesome, but I
Hang
can't
on,
remember. I
just
can't place the name right now.
it's here somewhere. Oh, here we go. His Twitter name is pronounced Luhizi.
Lou Heisey. Can we? Can you dump that over to over Discord, and then maybe I'll pass that along to the chat. Oh shoot!
Hang
Are
on
you an
just a second.
admin? Are you an admin? I know you said hello
I
earlier in the
am.
chat. Are you an admin?
There, there's a wrench by my name. Does
Yeah,
that
you are
count?
totally an admin. You can totally put down links and stuff.
Oh, wait a second.
Okay, so you cut out the middleman. You can totally do that yourself.
Hold on one second. To answer Rosalina Bob 64, the name just came to me. Plus, bonbon is another word for like a type of small chocolate, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, like a little like a cream filled, almost like would you qualify Valentine chocolates as bonbons? I think they are.
I
Okay, let's look this up. Okay, Twitter. R. Okay, hold on. Are Valentine chocolates gluten-free? No. Are Valentine's chocolates bonbons? Where to buy bonbons for Valentine's? What kind of chocolate is used in Valentine's Day? Yeah, you can
Yes,
call
in
them.
the
You can call them
Netherlands, it's
bonbons. You can
bonbons.
call them truffles. You can call them. Sometimes they're just referred to as chocolates. Wait, no. Here's the official definition. Bonbons, unlike chocolate truffles, are not chocolate from the start. Okay. First, a chocolatier crafts and centers, whether it's cream butter, buttercream, or cocoa butter, then dips it in chocolate. Well, that still sounds like a Valentine's candy. Okay. Yeah, it's they're kind of the same at this point.
Um,
You know what? I had this fancy chocolate and it was all sour. I don't my mom got it from like Scottsdale. Like a client gave it to her after she cut their hair. Along with a payment, of course.
wait.
But the all the chocolates were sour. I don't know if they were supposed to be that way, and that's what rich people think chocolate tastes like, or
I'm gonna. When you said they were sour, you made me think of one thing. Ooh, is there anything left? Just this sour quince log, sir. Gah, dispose of it.
yeah. Oh, guys, yeah, that's right. Scott does amazing. He could do amazing Simpsons voices, especially as Mr. Burns.
What corpse should we unearth, sir? I don't know. I feel like a kid in a candy store. Hello, an open grave. Smithers, get him out quickly. This stench is overpowering. Wait a minute, sir. Well, that's Homer Simpson. He wasn't exactly a model employee. Well, who is a model employee? Simpson will do just fine, sir.
That's awesome. Let's see. Why is Priscilla thick? Just because, Rosaline. SNB, they gave her. Wait, what are we talking about? In
Even I'm
Netherlands, it's a
confused.
bonbon,
Oh,
chess,
wait.
early, okay, lore. Okay, I do that sometimes. I lose the chat. Oh no, someone was SNB was thinking of Skunk Fu and remembering that not
Thank
the
you,
Fox
Johnny.
Girl or whatever. Oh, speaking of which, have you seen the trailer for the Tartakovsky's new show?
Um,
Unicorn Forever Warriors, Unicorn or something like that?
I've only seen preview clips, but I haven't seen the entire trailer.
Okay, yeah. Well, they just dropped a new trailer, and there's like a weird like fox girl in there, along with like the robot and the monk, and I think she's a villain, but that just reminded me. I was like, oh. Speaking of which, what is your final Unicorn Warrior Eternal Warriors? I wonder why it's called
Oh,
Unicorn.
that's what it's called.
Yeah, weird name, but they'll explain it. What's your favorite
Anyway, you
movie?
were saying, sir?
Hmm?
My number one favorite movie, and some of you are probably going to groan at this, Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Okay, so I was kind of right. I was just a little late. And no, that's a fantastic movie to go to have your top one. That's clear. That's in one of my top 10. Like it all moves around, but like that's clearly one of my favorites too.
There are a lot of things as to why I love that movie. The animation, the technique to make the cartoons look like they're actually in the real world, the equal amount of screen time for Warner Brothers and Disney characters, not to mention some shots that looked impossible to do in one go, and I never noticed that until now.
Yeah.
It's like every time I watch that movie, I see something different and it blows my mind.
Yeah, and that was a Zemeckis. Oh, wait, no, he offered his services in 1982. Disney declined. No, he directed it, and he did an amazing job. But also the animation is thanks to oh God, who is it? I'm trying to
Richard
think.
Williams.
Yeah, Williams. I don't know why I just blanked on his name,
You,
but God.
you know, it's fun. It's funny you bring up Richard Williams. When I took 2D animation at NIU,
Mm-hmm.
I invested in a book called The Animator's Survival Kit, and not only is it informative, it's pretty much my animation Bible. And may he rest in peace, and I am very sad that he never got to fully complete his recobbled cut of The Thief and the Cobbler. But still, man, was that amazing.
Sorry, I got sucked down the rabbit hole, like literally. I'm looking up all these informations on Roger Rabbit. I don't watch Red Letter Media that often anymore, but when I know that they did a episode on Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and they didn't like mention Roger Williams or Richard Williams like at all during it, and I think that was like to not talk about like the actual animation part of it.
Sacrilege.
Yeah, pretty much.
Caged,
and I think they did.
Creature.
Oh, sorry.
Caged Creature says, speaking of Who Framed Roger Rabbit, did anyone ever read the book Who Censored Roger Rabbit? Yes, I've read it, and it is completely different from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Oh yeah. It's I forget what the actual.
I won't spoil anything for those who have never read it, but let's just say I'm glad they made some changes for the movie, but the book itself is fairly entertaining, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. They made the movie is definitely more digestible to general audiences. Um, uh, yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, no spoilers. Just there's a lot of differences, and it gets into like a little bit more detail on the whole uh, Toon society and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. And
I'm sorry. I hope you
and
don't
that
mind.
might and
I
that, my
dropped
friend.
a goldfish cracker.
I couldn't tell. I was focusing on uh, the actual YouTube stream itself.
I'm sorry. I can't hear you right. I'm just like, okay.
Oh,
There we go.
what I was saying is I was focusing on the YouTube stream.
Oh yeah, me too. I'm trying to catch up with whatever one is saying. Speaking of Roger Rabbit, I don't know. Red Letter Media just doesn't talk about animation, which is weird because I know they did like a couple cartoons. They're not very good, but they tried to do animation. Cage Creature, Gendy Tarkovsky is a really good sense of story. Being really good in the middle part. It's just kind of full. Oh, are we talking about Primal or?
Now I'm confused.
Yeah, there's always like multiple conversations. That's how you know a chat's doing real good. Is that when there's multiple conversations going on at the same time. Let's see. Where are we in the actual drawing phase? Okay, I should be shading right now. Yeah, this is just I'm just kind of going through and giving everything a light shade. Again, if you want to, it's all in the same layer. You know, I forget what just all in the same folder, multiple layers, set to multiply, and then it just yeah. I think.
Oh, and
yeah.
And to Johnny 2x4, thank you very much for the compliment on my Mr. Burns impression.
Oh yeah, yeah. And then Matt said it was real good too. Yeah, you do. That's like a spot on. Really need to revisit Chop Saki Chooks. Do you? I remember that and being like, I remember seeing that, and I don't know. SNB, if a cartoon saloon had brought back skunk fu today and made from the ground up the same art style. Wait, did Cartoon Saloon make skunk fu? Are you kidding me? Now
I've
that
never
blew
even
my
heard
mind.
of that.
The what?
I've never even heard of skunk fu.
Oh, skunk fu was on Warner Brothers. It was kind of like I don't know. I would compare it to like early Flash animation. Not early. It looked nice enough, but it was definitely Flash animation. And the characters were just like there was barely anything to them. Here, let me show you. Let me throw you a link.
You know what show I wish would have been given an extra season? And I know one of you is going to agree with me on this.
Uh-huh.
Moville Mysteries.
Oh yeah, well SNB is going to do that. Of course. Okay, so I'm trying to pick out
when she recommended that series to me and I watched it, I could see why she loved it.
It's a fantastic series.
It was and my favorite episode still to this day is the one where they had to figure out what mystery meat was.
You know what? I forgot that. I forgot about that one. My favorite one was the mirror. I like the mirror one. I like the time travel one, or rather, the one where he falls asleep and time travels back in time. Let's see. Here, I'm gonna send you a link of what
Ooh,
skunk foo should
oh
look like.
yeah, that was that the one where they had to deal with a character that was based off the Headless Horseman?
Yeah, yeah. I even featured that in my last Halloween video. So anyway, this is skunk
And
foo.
that
And I'm trying to
okay, let's see,
think
where is
if
it?
Skunk Fu was like Cartoon Saloon. Let's look at Cartoon Saloon's, I guess filmography.
Simplified design.
Yeah, it's really just like almost bare bones. It works in like the actual like, I guess animation style, but like Cartoon Saloon, and then we're gonna look at their filmography. Yeah, well, it's all Wolfwalkers and Breadwinner. Breadwinner. Okay, that's spooked me. Let's see. They did Breadwinners? Okay, let's see. Feature film Secret of Kells, which is amazing. Song of the Sea, which is also amazing. Oh, the Breadwinner, not Breadwinners, as in that show on Nickelodeon. It's just the Breadwinner. Wolfwalkers, My Father's Dragon, which is interesting because that was done with Moho, which is kind of like the alternative to Flash. And the alternative to Flash and oh, what's that other one? What's that other one? Ooh, what's that? I can't see it.
Oh,
Raise it up.
what I'm holding is
Raise it up to the camera. Oh, okay, cool.
hold on a second. Da, 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 da.
Oh, very good. Very nice. No, actually, oh, TV series. Okay, so yeah, they did do Skunk Fu. Holy crap. Skunk Fu, Puff and Rock, I don't know. Uh, Ellie the Ace, and then Untitled Cartoon Saloon series to be announced. Wow. Ah, but they did do Santa's Apprentice, which I knew. And then Moon Man, The Prophet. The Cuphead show. They worked on the Cuphead show. And Bob's Burgers movie. Okay, so they get around.
I did love the Bob's Burgers movie. That one entertained me a lot.
Yeah, it was great. I can see why people said it was a long episode, but that's like perfect based. It was a long, good episode of the TV series, which is what you expect from a movie based off a TV series.
Kind of like comparing, kind of like what they did for the DuckTales movie.
Yeah, definitely. Up the except I think Bob's Burgers it's pretty good that it kept the animation at the level of the show for the most part, and then like at certain points knew when to kind of jazz things up.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm really having so much fun with this that this is a real honor.
Yeah, well, this is really good. I'm having this is going smoother than I mean, I was hoping it would go this smooth, and other than the fact that I don't know why my audio from my devices isn't getting to me, but you're getting to the stream, and that's all we can hope for. Uh, Moville Mysteries is not Class B Cupo. Yeah, no, it's Nelvada. Yeah, Nelvada.
Nelvana.
Yeah.
But I will say this to 16 stars. Hi D.
Yeah, I was gonna say D Gil just
Gil.
realized that someone else is here.
But yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, 16 6 stars. Art style definitely reminded me of Klasky Chupo, and that made me immediately watch her on DeviantArt like that.
Yeah, well, she bases her art on Mobile Mysteries, which definitely took signals from Class B Chupo, because that was I guess, one of the big studios at the time, and Nelvana just
Oh,
kind of aped a little bit off of them for the things that they were doing. That and Birds. Have you heard of Birds?
no, I haven't.
It's actually free on YouTube. I think they put a bunch of episodes like for free on YouTube just so they could earn revenue off of it.
Would it be alright if I give a small shout out about something from Deagle?
Yeah, sure, sure. Go ahead.
He actually made some fan made, or well, he made Lego minifigures based off of at least two of my characters.
Oh, cool.
And honestly, the fact that he loves Legos as much, if not more than I do,
Oh, yeah.
I just like that.
Yeah. D-Guild, you're a mod. If you want to post, if you've got like pictures of those, you can like post them. Let's see, where are
No
we?
pressure, of course.
Yeah, no pressure. The offer's on the table, like I said. And if you can't find them, that's just like, that's cool. I just figured that you might have them somewhere.
Oh yeah, he
stashed
made one of me too.
The what?
Deagle says that he made one of me and also one of you. And for Rosalina Bob 64, do I watch Hell of a Boss? Yes, I do. I like that series. I hope it keeps going. My only complaint is that I wish they would release the second part of episode 7. But other than that, I like the series.
Oh, I saw Hell of Boss's stickers on a car this morning. I had to run up to Target to get a couple prescription, and I saw, and it was weird. I mean, it wasn't weird. Actually, it was like, I was like, oh, Hello Boss stickers. And then they parked in such a weird way in the parking lot. Like I mean, it's acceptable, I guess, but they parked it with the bumper in the back. Like when you park in front of a store, you usually go, cars first, and then you back out of the parking lot. For whatever reason, they just like parked backwards. And I was like, huh. Does that have anything to do with the fact that they like a weird cartoon? He's like, well, Hello Boss fans, they park exactly like you think they would. I don't know what that means, but it makes sense.
And I will say my favorite Hell of a Boss character is Luna.
Of course it is. Like, she's, I forget what's her face's name, but that's basically, she's been making that same character for, I don't know, the wolf character. Like, she did that music video of Die Young, and that was a wolf character, and then there was a bunch of those in the background of Has Been Hotel. Millie is also grade 16. Oh, and then Rosalina just asked the same question. I didn't see them get out of the car, but it was just like, Stolas is good. Stolas is good. I think I have a pin of Luna. Yeah, I've got one. I ordered it from Shark or something. I forget. Robot Monkey. No, not Robot Monkey. I forget where I get my pins. It's a good place. Yeah, VizPop. I don't know why I forgot VizPop.
I really would love to meet Richard Horvitz one day and just tell him thanks for being a positive influence for voice acting, and that I loved his performance in Psychonauts.
Oh yeah, Psychonauts is great. I gotta actually I like Psychonauts too. I've actually watched the playthrough of that so many times.
There is one thing that I'd like to mention, and this is just me being a big-time dreamer, but if I could meet one person who has influenced me to become an artist, I'd love to meet Matt Groening.
Mm-hmm. That would be good. He
Bit of a tall order.
does he not go to conventions anymore?
I honestly do not know how to answer that, but all I can say is if I could meet him, I'd love to tell him how big, or then again, I don't know how to say that without sounding like a crazed fanboy.
Oh, I'm sure he's heard it. Just say you've
I
been
lost
a
my
huge
train of
influence
thought.
on me.
No, but that's fair enough. And I wouldn't say no to him signing either one of my Life in Hell books or my Simpsons episode guidebook of seasons 1 through 20.
Ooh. I don't know. I guess the Hell book. Anyway, wait. The guy who made Mobile Mysteries was also the main art director for The Great Mouse Detective. Wow.
Holy shnikes. And that's my favorite Disney movie.
Really? Okay, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one to get on.
And plus, how can you go wrong with Vincent Price voicing Professor Ratigan? Short answer, you can't.
No.
You just can't. Oh, speaking of Vincent Price, have you ever heard of the movie The Monster Club? Not the Monster Squad, the Monster
Of
Club.
course, I've seen the Monster Club. It was on Sci-Fi Channel a couple times. There was like one month where they just like they ran it a bunch of times. Yeah, it's a good little short anthology show. Like the actual stories aren't that strong, but the stuff with the club and Vincent Price hanging out. For those who don't know, the Monster Club basically opens with Vincent Price meeting one of his favorite horror authors. And Vincent Price is a vampire, but he's like, I guess you would say it's a civilized vampire.
That would be a great way to describe it.
Yeah, they don't like try and hunt and kill people. They just take whatever little blood they can, and then they just hang out with other monsters. Like I think he takes his favorite horror ride author to a nightclub full with monsters. Yeah, I think there's like a werewolf owns the bar or the club, and he's like, there. Then all the monsters are friendly enough, and it's just kind of like a Vincent Price tells these little stories about different monsters, which in a weird way kind of counteract the friendly vibe that he gets from all the monsters, because, well, not really, because even the monsters in those movies have their limits. It's like Twilight Zone done competently. Done in a really fun, interesting way. Like I would say that the best parts are actually the parts that take place in the club. If they had done like a weird, like,
I was gonna say I agree, especially during the club. But if I had to choose which of the stories that I liked, it would be a tie between the vampire family story and the last story, which actually legitimately frightened me.
Yeah, that was the best one. So they ended off on the strong one. But if they had like just done like a Midnight in Paris with like monsters, you know, that kind of vibe where an author just hangs around with like all these like ghouls and creatures and stuff, I think that would have been a good movie too.
I've never seen a Midnight or
Oh,
bleh,
Midnight in Paris. It's
the
where
one the movie.
oh, what's that guy? What's that guy with the face? Lightning McQueen. Um,
Oh, Owen
wow.
Wilson.
Yeah, Owen Wilson. Wow. Um,
Wow.
Owen Wilson, basically, he's an author, and he, for some reason, like some magical way, he gets to like hang out with like all these famous dead people in Paris at this weird nightclub, and it's like magical reality and all that stuff. Um, and a monster in Paris. That's I have a DVD of that because it looked like a really good movie. And it's got really good music,
Hmm.
and it's okay. It's okay. It's like a it's a French movie made by a French studio. Oh, are we done? Did it end? Okay, hold on.
Um,
It did it freeze on my end? Yeah, I think that's about it. Just wait, just wait, just wait. No? Yeah, okay.
it
That's
looks
the
like it's completed.
yeah, that's the shot. Okay. We'll end on that. Um yeah. Okay. Okay. I don't want to say that I'm not having a lot of fun here, but I'm kind of getting hungry. I don't know if you guys can all hear this, but I've been munching on goldfish crackers. I think I'm going to go
Eh,
inside and make myself a sandwich.
I,
But anyway, yeah, this was
yeah,
it,
go right ahead.
this is those two characters. No final color effects, no. I think it looks I think it looks fine. It's just regular shading. That was the commission. The two
It
characters and the
it
moon in the background.
it all I can say is this was beautifully done, and uh, dadgummit, I keep forgetting how to pronounce it. Um, oh, and Luhaisi, he really appreciates how it looks.
Well, I'm glad he liked the way it turned out. And like I said, I think it turned out great. I really again, just trying to push those the get out of like static poses for a while, and that the pushing the legs forward makes it look real nice. So anyway, I think we're gonna end the art stream right now. Yeah, everyone's signing off. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go get some lunch. Anyway, thank you for joining me, Scott. This was really fun. I'm glad this was, for the most part, this was
Mm,
a great success. I don't know why certain elements aren't going through OBS, but I'm glad that it went through Stream. So, yeah, that's all I can say.
Uh, this was a lot of fun, and I really had a good time talking to everybody who took part in this. This was great. This made my day.
Yeah, this was a fantastic success. I think so. And yeah, if you want to stop by again, we can make that happen on more days. And then if this opens up to us to have more guests on the show, um, like damn, I definitely want to get Izzy on here. I think she would do good. We were talking about doing something like that a long time ago, but it never it never made any it never what word am I thinking? Happened? Manifested. That's the word I was looking for. Oh shit, thanks Fitz. Thank you so much for the
Awesome.
donation. Cool. I will use that to
Well,
buy video games and stuff. Uh well actually no, I think I'm gonna use that to maybe go towards I don't know, something else. But anyway, thank you so much. Uh Yeah, Izzy from Pan Pizza. Anyway, Scott, do you have anything you like to say? I put in your I'm gonna put in all your information in the final video when YouTube is done processing all this.
Well, if I could say one thing, well, maybe two things. One, you're all fun to talk to, including you, CR. And if I could say one thing to all artists out there, never stop being creative and screw AI art.
Definitely. Ooh. Yeah, that's not, I don't know, it's not gonna happen for a while. At least I don't think so. Did you see that gif of Will Smith eating spaghetti and how horrifying that looks?
Mm-mm.
No, okay, we'll look it up on Twitter when we get some time. But anyway, I am officially going to sign off and say thank you all for joining me. Thank you, Scott, for joining me. Thank you, Fitz, for the donation. And yeah, we will see you all next time. I'm going to be working on, hopefully, I'm working on something a little bit special. It's another commission, and hopefully I'll be able to do that in a couple days or so. Anyway, yeah, thank you all for joining us, and I think we'll see you all later. Scott, you want to say goodbye?
Bye, everybody. Now you, sir, eat something.
Right on. I will. I may lay down too. I also may. I don't know. I may do that stream with Joe. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyway, bye bye all.